Welcome back to the channel. It's your buddy J-Mac here, and I just moved into a new place, and sorry for the echo in the room. I can pretty much go echo, and that's because I haven't filled the place yet. Still trying to get the family moved up. But this video is in response to a lot of guys that have asked me what my top 5 stocks I'm looking at as this recession continues. So if you're not aware, we are at the beginning of the recession of 2022. We've lost a lot of value in Disney, Netflix, Amazon. Those companies are losing value in the stock market. Now, how I want to put this to you is they're not realistically losing value. They're coming back to their proper value. They're coming back down to earth, right? So what I want to do is your first stock that I want to tell you that will shock you, that I think that I'm going to start buying when it hits about 170, 175 is Netflix. So write this down because I'm not doing any multiple editing of this stuff or putting stuff on. So Netflix is my number one I'm looking at. And here's the reason why. They still have a lot of original content. So remember, they're losing subscribers because of their prices. They're also losing subscribers because they're losing certain content. So like right now, you lost all the Marvel content, you lost Punisher, you lost Defenders, you lost Jessica Jones, you lost a bunch of stuff. You're gonna lose Supernatural, you're gonna lose Blacklist, you're gonna lose a bunch of content because Paramount and NBC, Peacock have all opened stuff, Disney owns Marvel, so on and so forth. But you still have The Witcher, you still have Stranger Things, you still have a lot of original content that they're still making. They still make their own movies, they still make their own product and their own brand. And let's remember that Netflix put Blockbuster out of business pretty much, okay? So Netflix is still gonna be around, but it needs to go through its evolution. So if I'm looking for a 10-year plan, I'm going to bet on Netflix when it hits between $170, $175. Right now, as of the close of today, May 2nd, they were at 198. Okay, but they've lost about 50% of their value. The second one I'm looking at is Disney. Disney, remember, has a conglomerate of super giants, okay? You've got the Muppets, you've got Marvel, you've got Star Wars, you've got Pixar, you got ESPN. They have a huge conglomerate companies under the Disney umbrella. The reason why they're losing so much value is because of their politics right now. And then on top of that, their politics affect their ticket prices at the gate and their subscriptions at Disney. So I still think that's gonna get to be under $100. And when it starts dipping down to 101, down to 97, 98, that's when I'm gonna jump in and start buying. And again, I'm gonna buy on the way down. I'm not gonna buy all one day. I'm gonna buy on the way down because again, they still pay a dividend, right? And then at the same time, that company's gonna do nothing but grow once we get past the political nightmare they're going through, okay? The third company I'm looking at is Johnson & Johnson. Now, the reason why I'm looking at Johnson & Johnson is because they're a steady stock, a very highly sought after blue chip stock, because they provide us with a lot of the basics that we need in our lives. So obviously you know about the vaccine, but how about baby powder, diapers, your everyday household cleaners, toothbrushes, toothpaste, paper towels. They do everything of your basic household needs under the Johnson & Johnson umbrella. So just like Procter & Gamble, you also have Johnson & Johnson, right? So I'm gonna bet heavily on Johnson & Johnson, mostly as hey, it's a recession and everybody's gonna only buy the basics, right? They're gonna be very heavy into the basics, so it's a safe haven for my money, as good as gold, okay? Then that's from my research. I just wanna put a disclaimer out there. I'm not I'm not a day trader. I don't have a brokerage license, nothing of that nature. I trade off the Robinhood app. Okay, it's just from my own personal research and my own personal opinion. I would still consult a financial person if you're gonna bet big. Don't always depend on everything I say. Make sure that you get your own, do your own research as well. I'm just pointing you in the right direction, okay? The fourth stock I'm looking at is called Canopy Growth. It's this acronym in the stock market is CGC. And why I'm paying attention to that is because eventually this whole thought process of tax the rich is gonna go out the freaking window, okay? And what they're gonna do is they're gonna have to find a new way to tax people. And the best way, just like they did with tobacco and alcohol, is to go after marijuana and legalize it on the federal level. And Canopy Growth is one of the premier growers of marijuana in the United States and Canada. And right now they hover right around $5 or $6. That's another 10-year investment where I see that stock growing dramatically. Okay, and the last stock I want to go over, this is a special one I did not share on TikTok, which will probably shock the holy crap out of you, but I would bet heavily into Sony. Okay, so Sony also has their filmography underneath it. And the Venom, now that the Spider-Man franchise has been kind of sucked away from Disney, Sony now re-owns the Spider-Man property, and we're probably gonna see some Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. You're gonna start seeing more Venom movies. You're gonna see the Sinister Six at some point. And even though the Morbius movie bombed, the actual character, I think, is going to be involved in more movies. And then you also have to realize that Sony's also going to launch more sequels and more movies resulting from things like Ghostbusters. So they're going to do a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, so on and so forth. Venom 3's already been announced. These are the movies that are going to be billion-dollar type of making movies worldwide. And Sony also is going to come out with the PlayStation 6 in 2024. And they're also going to virtual reality. And I think they're going to do a lot better job than Meta or Facebook did. And so that's another stock that you're going to see probably start taking off over the next 10 years. Okay. But this is the time to buy, guys. I mean, you prepare yourself for it. Tomorrow's not the day, but probably closer to Black Friday, the closer days to January. Be patient, pick and choose your battles. Now, let's say, here's my final thought for you is, when I buy a stock, I don't look at it for a month, okay? In fact, if I looked at Zynga every single day, I invested into Zynga when it was $6 a share, and then I had a gut feeling they were going to sell, so I bought a bunch of that, bought very deep. I made a nice $7,000 profit selling it after 90 days because another company has bought them and consummated the deal in June. So I pulled the trigger at $9 and a penny a share and made a nice $7,000 profit after tax, okay? But again, I didn't look at it. I looked at it at the end of every month, because if I looked at it on a daily basis, I would have pulled my hair out of my head, because what an investment is, guys, is money that you're not paying attention to. It's extra money that you don't need, okay? It's extra money that you're using to build your future, right? There's no get rich quick schemes in any of this, and I just want to make sure you understand that. So if you guys enjoyed this content, please just give me a like, follow the channel. It helps the channel a lot. When I get to the point where I can monetize this channel, then I'll start probably offering some products on here. I just don't want to offer any yet because, well, I don't know of any that would actually match up with this. I haven't done any research on it. So thank you so much. Today is May 2nd, 2022. If you don't see me before then, may the 4th be with you. And remember that you don't want the revenge of the 5th. Have a great night.